We're having a great time, and now I think you're getting a taste here of how much planning has gone into Star Wars. I could really speak to the time period that we're working in, but if you look at what Kathy Kennedy's been doing, and Dave Filoni's been very involved with all of it, as you see Acolyte, and you see Andor, and you see other films that are going to be coming, all of these things have to be coordinated because you want to make sure that there's a consistency across all of them. As far as within our time period, we have to time out how they go down. Not that you would need to watch each one, but it will have a better experience if you do, but making sure that the people who are watching all of them, that it's additive and it helps add greater insight to what's happening in the Star Wars galaxy.
I love that you said fairly, because she did win it fairly. Listen, I think what's amazing about the way that she did win it was that she didn't even realize that she had, because it's not in the forefront of her mind anymore. She got to a point where she didn't want it anymore. Every time she'd gone after it, every time she tried to rule, it just went wrong. And so she's given up. And I think that her ego is finally in a place of humility, and now she's ready to leave. I think that she is understanding the weight and the pressure of bringing her people back together, and I think for the first time she's looking to somebody else for guidance, and she has the support of the armor and her faith, which is very inspiring.
Well, the Imperials want something. Of course, they want to try to be together, but they don't all agree. Moff Gideon has an idea that they need to be armed up and ready because there are insurgents out there, and they are coming. You've seen him be strong-armed before, but I think you'll have an opportunity to see him be democratic and to ask questions about, well, why not? He's powerful in that way, and he sways people and controls the chaos in a very brilliant way.
You mean as opposed to Din removing his helmet?
Right.
I think there's big differences in the backstory for them removing their helmets and in what they stand to gain by removing their helmets. A lot of people were so mad. They saw it as, oh, well, you let Bo take off her helmet, but you wouldn't let Mando take off his helmet. First of all, Mando was the one who decided that he wanted to go to the mines of Mandalore. I never told him to do that. But also, I think that the armorer is somebody whose thinking can evolve. And I think that she has come to see that we've been divided for too long. All Mandalorians need to work together. And she's seen that Bo has walked both worlds. And Bo has been willing to keep her helmet on while she's been in this particular covert. And so she sees her as someone who can perhaps bring the two of them together. Whether or not she can remains to be seen, because we don't know if she'll be accepted by those helmetless Mandalorians anymore. Bo is a natural leader. Bo wants to lead. We don't really know that Mando wants to lead.
I guess it's a part of the evolution of Grief Karga that I dig. Going from being of the Bounty Hunters Guild to High Magistrate Grief Karga is kind of cool. Seeing that character grow and seeing the stories grow as a result. Really pleasing for an actor. Of course, as a director, having all these great stories to tell just feels good. I just think there's something about Grief Karga that's being explored. I call him a benevolent bureaucrat and sort of this omniscient personality. When the pirates come in, he ain't having that. Seeing him go from a guy who was a little bit of a Machiavellian type character, getting Din Djarin to go and find the kid, to now running Navarro, that's a step up.
Din's journey has taken him from one where his creed and dogma around the creed was very specific and very strict to obviously as he's taken on the responsibility of the child has understood that there might be ways that you can express being Mandalorian without necessarily being 100% about the creed. And I think it's clear from both the armorer's ideas and Bo's experience in episode 2 where she sees what she thinks is the mythosaur, that there are many interpretations of what that is. If it had been episode 1, season 1, and Din Djarin saw that, it'd probably be a different reaction than episode 5, season 3. You know, he's come a long way since then.